but to be honest with you, I'm like ultra selective. I don't like just.
Mhm.
It has to be right. Someone may call me up, hey, I want you to DJ, yada yada yada. I ask
Yeah.
questions. I see what's going on. It doesn't matter if the money's right. I mean, for me, it's just like, um, you know, how is this gig going to create any stress, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't DJ to, and deal with stress like that. It's just like, that's not my thing. DJing is fun. I don't want to like deal with stress while I'm DJing. So, you
Mhm.
can get a really good idea of like, who you're dealing with, the client, and if they just seem annoying up front and just like, a nuisance up front, you're just like, you know what? I don't think I'm interested in this gig.
Yeah, like people, because the thing though, it sounds like humble bragging, but once you get to a certain level, and if you at least have experienced DJing in clubs and parties and stuff like that, taking every gig that somebody throws at you is not an option.
Yeah.
I just, it's not worth your headache, your
Mhm.
stress, or you bringing equipment and stuff like that. Like a lot of times, it's not worth it.
No.
And when you're at home, you're like, I can't wait to DJ. If only someone would book me. You're like, yeah, I'll do it. Like sometimes you should say no because these guys are like they're clowns, or they're gonna stiff you, or it's just in a bad part of town. Like there's a lot of stuff you gotta consider before you're like, yeah, I'll do it. I do that with weddings. I don't when I talk to the person, it's an interview for them to interview me, but I'm also interviewing them.
Yeah, for
And
sure,
I'm
man.
like,
Come
yo,
on.
if you're gonna be a bridezilla, no thanks. I'm not gonna waste my time on that.
No.
I don't care how much money you're paying. If it's gonna be a hassle, like I ask probing questions about, what type of people are gonna be there. And like I ask questions about the bride just to kind of feel her out and
Like,
see like
how
what
many
the room would
eyes
be like.
does she have an eye right here? you
Yeah,
know?
like just like I gotta vibe you out to see like what
Right.
kind of energy you have because I've done some bridezilla weddings and I'm just like, why did I
The
do
worst.
I would rather shoot myself in the face than do this party right now.
It's pretty
And
stressful,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, it's an energy that like they make you miserable. They subtract years off of your life, and it's a lot of stuff that you gotta put into account. I know
Mm.
people are like, if only I could just do a party right now, this would be awesome. I'm like, be careful what you wish for. There's a lot of really shady people that are gonna make you do a party for free,
Yeah.
or it's just like how miserable they are subtracts how much money they're giving to you. Like it's just not worth it. And
I
I've done enough of those that I just don't care.
Now that we're talking, I actually have a really bad DJ failure. It wasn't technical. It wasn't, had nothing to
Mhm.
do with equipment. I did a New Year's Eve party. A friend of mine who I thought was a friend, he would run, different restaurants, and he wanted me to do his New
Yeah.
Year's Eve party. And I was like, his name is Carlos. And I was like, yo, I'm Deep House, right? And, he was like,
Mhm.
yeah, 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 it's cool. I want that. Yeah, 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 right? So I get
Everybody
there
does
and he's
that.
like, okay, I want you to play reggaeton all night long. And I'm like, dude, what? He gave me the CDs. He was like, I just want you to play all these songs. Once you
Okay.
finish, go back to the front all through the night. And I was like, really?
Okay.
And so, reggaeton, because that's not my flavor, just listening to that for 4 hours, 3 hours,
Mhm.
man, I had a
Yeah.
headache, right? And so
Yeah.
after, I did it just because, that's just the type of person I am. But after the
Mhm.
party, I like, we met up and I hemmed him up, right? And I
Mhm.
was like, yo, I was like so pissed off, man. I had a headache, like I said. I was just so pissed off, and everyone left, and so we was chilling. He, brought over some
Mhm.
drinks, and I hemmed him up, and I was like, dude, I mean, that's like really screwed up, man. I was like, I could have easily played, something else,
Yeah.
but it was like he had like all of his, sort of Latin people there.
Mhm.
He one of his friends who's a promoter decided that they were going to turn this like this restaurant, which was a pretty diverse restaurant, into like a predominantly Latin New Year's Eve party, and that's why he wanted to play reggaeton,
Oh,
right? And I
okay.
was like,
I just
wow,
needed you to press
dude,
play.
yeah, that's it. And it was just CDs, and I was just like, and here's my thing, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, if you told me that up front, I still would have taken a gig, but I would have had my
Mhm.
boy DJ.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
even be at the spot, you know?
that's why I think that with new DJs in particular, when you first get your first gig, you need to ask questions. Don't be
Yeah,
like, "Yes, okay, great, I'll show
yeah.
up at." No,
Hmm.
you need to ask questions. What's required of you? What are they expecting? What the audience is gonna be like?
Hmm.
With the age group of the audience?
Right.
What are they like previous events? You have to ask all the questions in the world. You need intel. You can't just be like, "Oh, I'll just show up. I'm a DJ." Like, no, man, you need to know.